Hey guys, it's me Brittany and I'm back with another video, and this video is about how I take notes in dental school. And if you are new to my channel, like I said before, my name is Brittany and I make videos about dental school and kind of what life is like in dental school. And if you're interested in that kind of stuff, please subscribe to my channel because I post videos every single week and they might be helpful for you to kind of see like an insight on what dental school is like. There are pretty much two different types of lecturers slash PowerPoints. So the first one is like the super comprehensive one where you don't even technically, like some people don't even show up to class because they think, oh, I'll just study straight off from the slides and I'll be good. And so a lot of people don't see the point of coming to class if everything that is going to be tested on is going to be on that comprehensive PowerPoint. The second type of PowerPoint that is probably more common, I feel like, is the outline type, and this is where the professor puts not a lot of words, not very comprehensive, pretty much it's up to you to fill in all that missing information. And sometimes there's a lot of pictures and diagrams that you might have with those type of outline lectures. So I'm going to be telling you how I approach those two types of lectures slash PowerPoints and like the methods I use to help take my note-taking processes better. So the first one, like I said before, is the comprehensive type. Before, to be very honest, in the comprehensive types I would just like sit in class and kind of close my eyes for a little bit, surf the internet. You know, I was that type of student that didn't pay attention when the teacher would talk about like the comprehensive ones, because in my opinion I was like, well, everything is on the slides, like I don't have to take extra notes, like what's the point? However, I feel that once I changed my mindset and actually started to actively listen to what the professors had to say, that sometimes they include things that aren't even in those PowerPoints and sometimes they might even test on. And another thing is, like I said in a previous video about how I like to study, a lot of people, including myself, used to think that lecture is such a waste of time because I don't learn anything from it. I don't memorize anything, I don't really learn. So I think the mindset that I especially talked about in the previous video is that you must kind of use lecture time to understand and then go at home to memorize. And so a lot of the times the professors do a really good job on clearing up a really complicated diagram or a really complicated concept that they talk about during class, that if you were just sleeping then you would miss out on it. So what I like to do with these comprehensive type of PowerPoints is I like to annotate, and I really like to keep an open ear and like listen to what's going on. So by annotating, I usually like highlight or I underline things that the teacher talks about, because sometimes some teachers, they have a super long PowerPoint but they only want you to focus on certain key features, and if you listen to the teacher, sometimes they might even say, don't even look at this one, you can skip that. But if you didn't go to class, then how would you know? You just waste your time memorizing things that you don't even have to. And the second type of note-taking has to do with kind of outline PowerPoints that the teacher puts up. And these, in my opinion, are very difficult because in the past, I would really just write down everything the teacher says without actually listening to what's going on. And I would still be confused by the end of the day whenever I looked at these notes that I, like furiously typed out. But what I found is that if you listen while typing, then you will retain more and you will understand more. I know a lot of people, they just put in a little words, little bullet points to help them remember, but for me, I personally like to write pretty much word for word what the teacher says. I know some people might argue against that's like a bad way, but for me it works. But I just have to remember for myself to just listen to what the teacher has to say while I'm typing all that. pretty much to recap everything, it doesn't really matter what, of course it matters what type of PowerPoints the professor has, but what really matters at the end of the day is listening actively and picking up those like key things that the professor has to say. For example, I recently took an anatomy quiz, and one of the questions was like, which part of the ear has the most hair coming out of it? And the answer was tragus. And a lot of people didn't get that right because it didn't specifically say that on the PowerPoint. However, the teacher did say it during class, but the people who weren't paying attention, the people who didn't come to class, they didn't know that, and it could have been an easy freebie point. Another thing is that, well, Brittany, you might say, it's really hard for me to actively listen in class. So what I did, like I said before, I had problems with listening in class, but what I realized was I used to try to sleep more, I used to try to drink coffee in the morning, and those didn't really help. Even if I slept more, if I didn't have that certain mindset that I wanted to pay attention, it wouldn't work. So at the end of the day, you really have to rely on your willpower and kind of like a positive attitude that you're going into class and you're deciding that you want to take active notes and you want to listen better. Some people might think that going to class is not really purposeful, it doesn't help them, they don't learn anything. It is really like the first stepping stone into becoming a better student and earning better grades. And also, if you haven't watched that video about how to earn better grades, please go check it out. I will link it in one of these areas. I don't really know because yeah, but I will link that up, and if you haven't watched it, please check it out. I give some cool tips on how to actively study. And also, yeah, subscribe to this channel if you enjoyed it. Again, if you are applying to dental school this cycle, good luck to you. Watch my video on some like tips on how to prepare yourself for that, and also subscribe and also follow my Instagram for more daily, weekly updates about dental school life, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!